Gentleman yields back. For what purposes the gentleman from Arizona seek recognition?
Move to strike last word.
Gentleman is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I do find it intriguing that we heard the chairman refer to Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, that somehow her having 30,000 classified emails at a server at home is really no big deal, even after she bleach-bitted and cleaned up her hard drive, and then they had him physically destroy any copies of that. Interesting, because that person is an officer not protected and liable to prosecution under the PRA. And then someone actually just said, made a comparison to the President of the United States with a Democrat staffer. I mean, how asinine is that? That's nuts. The PRA is pretty doggone clear. Who does it apply to? The government has to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the accused is an officer, employee, contractor, or consultant of the U.S. But the case law is clear that the President of the United States is none of those, and when declassifying information, he does not have to go to any kind of specific procedure. That's the facts. That's the reality that you don't want to acknowledge. But then you move over, and let's start talking about this particular case here. Leaks after President Trump turned over 15 boxes. He turned over 15 boxes. Then there was the false leaks that we just heard talking about now about nuclear weapon and nuclear secrets being out. The FBI, more leaks, drip, drip, drip. On July 6th, a hard drive's given to the FBI. What happened then? More leaks from the FBI. Trump complied with a grand jury subpoena prior to the raid. New portions of this document, the affidavit, show that President Trump gave additional documents to the FBI, again before the raid, just like he gave on a July 6th hard drive given to the FBI, all before the raid, which is not a quiet operation. A raid's not a quiet operation. Show up with 30 agents, guns drawn, everybody's investigating everything. And guess what? The warrant itself violated the Fourth Amendment because the Fourth Amendment requires particularity of the location and what you are looking for. This basically said anything in this massive public accommodation, public housing, that President Trump lived in, which is, I don't know how many rooms, dozens and dozens of rooms, subject to search for basically anything, for anything. That is a violation of the Fourth Amendment. But one of the great things that we've heard today is, hey, this is moot. This affidavit has already been released. Here's this page. Oh, it's all, wait a second, that's all redacted. How about this page? Oh, that's redacted. How about this page? Oh, my goodness, that's redacted as well. Let's keep going. Oh, goodness, how about this one? Redacted, 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 redacted. Oh, it's moot to ask for this. Redacted, redacted. The reality is you don't want the information because the information is going to reveal that the FBI does operate against political opponents, particularly under this administration. You have going back. This is new. This is breaking news. I don't know if you've seen it. Maybe you just missed it. This is recently breaking news that the FBI paid for Russian disinformation to frame Trump. That's all over the news. That just came out 2 or 3 days ago during his campaign. They weaponized the federal police bureaucracy in order to go after a political opponent. What does that sound like? Does that sound like the United States of America? No, that really doesn't. That's what's happening here. So when you look at it and you say, oh, come on now. To say that the FBI or any other institution is weaponized, you just don't back the blue. Hey, we back the blue. That's why you're seeing in this coming forward more than 14 whistleblowers who say, you know what? Hey, the FBI has been weaponized for political purposes. You guys don't want to know it on the other side, but I sure would like to know it. I can't wait to hear them. And when we get the gavel back, they'll be in here and they'll be testifying, and it'll all come out. You don't want it to come out today, that's why you oppose this resolution? Well, it's going to come out. I'll yield back.
Gentleman yields back. For what purpose does the gentlelady from Washington seek recognition?